Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Ultras Premium Series 1 Bruiser Brody figure from PowerTown Wrestling. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks great, and I was really excited to get my hands on a PowerTown Wrestling Ultra just because I hadn't originally ordered this wave, and I had pre-ordered one of the TNA figures because those were delayed. They offered a free figure to anyone who had pre-ordered, and with the delay and all that, and couldn't pass that up, and Bruiser Brody happened to be available, and I was happy because that was probably the one I would pick anyway. So just overall really good. Definitely reads as Bruiser Brody. Overall just really good sculpt going on. Certainly the musculature and the gear itself. You got some nice texture to the boots, so you can see they kind of have a fur looking texture, then smooth here at the bottom, obviously. Trunks basic black as he wore, and back in the day nothing was super flashy. And then the face sculpt is really nice. Like, obviously reads exactly as him. Really nice dry brush over the hair as well to kind of bring out that sculpt, so really nicely done. I think the red here for the scars on the forehead maybe a little overdone, but I don't know how you do that subtly. Maybe just kind of a lighter application, but overall still looks good. We even got the kind of his lazy eye definitely works out there as well. So just really nice sculpt. Really overall great attention to detail. Hands seem a little small, I think. If we got to critique really anything here, hands in particular just seem slightly small, but everything else just looks pretty good. So we get a real interesting group of accessories here, so let's take a look. So starting off, we actually get one alternate hand, and that is a right chopping hand. So you get some really nice sculpt there with the hand and finger tape, then painted in nicely, and yeah, that's it. So that's it for alternate hands. Otherwise, he comes with these kind of open, I guess the right is kind of a grip, kind of an open grappling hand. So yeah, there's that. And for that grappling, or the right hand, I guess, we do get a 2x4 sculpted very nicely. You can see that nice wood grain. They got a little bit of a black wash going on, just enough to bring out those details, but nothing kind of overdone, so that's cool. Then we get the chain that he was known to coming down to the ring with, and this is actual chain, so actual metal. Really nice touch. Obviously the links ideally would be a little bit bigger, but definitely works for the scale of the figure. Then we get his entrance vest, aged very nicely, especially because you can just kind of barely make out the kind of black marks there all over it, but I think they aged that very nicely. Fits the figure perfectly as well. Then we get the tag title. I apologize, I'm not an old head. I do not know what promotion this was for. Stan Hansen is in the same wave. He also has one of these, so it's from whatever promotion that is. And again, I apologize. That would only require some really quick research, but I'm doing these late at night, and yeah. So in any event, the title looks fantastic. I really love the red trim here around the front. The gold is brilliant. Absolutely love that. Touches of silver really kind of bring that to life. So just overall very nice. And unlike belts we've seen from other companies, you can see we just have a couple of kind of rectangular tabs, and those just kind of go wherever you need there. So that will do it for accessories. Articulation here is really interesting. Some interesting choices, we'll get into that. But freestanding kicks, no issue. So balance is good. Then we're getting into the finer points here of that articulation. We do have a ball hinge for the head, so we can look up decently, despite that hair sculpt, which is fantastic. We can bury the chin. Not a ton of tilt, but it is there. We do get rotation. We are hinge and swivel at the shoulders, bringing us up into a T. We do get bicep swivel. Then we get single jointed elbows, bringing us to there with or without the elbow pad. Then this is really interesting, where the hinge is built in to the forearm itself. I'm not really a fan of that. So obviously we can go forward, and you can see the hand kind of came off there. Come back. Actually, hand falls off pretty easily. Then we get rotation. So it's a thing. I'm not really a fan of that. I'm definitely more a fan of having the hinge on the hand. I can see why you would do this in terms of not breaking up the sculpt, but yeah, it's real interesting stuff there. We do get a ball joint here at the diaphragm, which is going to allow for some actually nice crunch forward, some nice arch back, though it is a little bit gappy. We get some side to side, we get some rotation from that. We get some rotation here at the waist. It looks like it's a ball, so there's a little bit of forward and back, but not a ton. So it's not like crazy, not like you're getting with some of the AEW figures, but yeah, so there's some play, but definitely more of a swivel. For the hips, not full splits, but we're getting to about there. Very, very respectable. Front kick is not quite reaching 90, but close. We do get a little bit of rotation on that ball joint, but no actual swivel. We are single jointed at the knees. I guess as we can see better here on the right, bringing us to 90. Then we get boot swivel. We get, as you can see, those boots actually come off pretty easily. Hasn't been too much of a problem, but just be careful. And then we get a little bit of point, a little bit of forward, but some really nice rocker. So that will do it for articulation. Getting good size comparisons. Here he is with some WWE and AEW figures, with some other wrestling lines, with some domestics, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally with the articulated icons Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Ultras Series 1 Bruiser Brody figure from PowerTown Wrestling is that this is a very interesting figure. There's some really good things about it. It definitely feels good in hand. But some of the like single joints, I think even that is easy to overlook, especially considering some of the nice details here, the accessories. Just the really weird stuff comes in, certainly with these this wrist situation. Again, having the hinge on the actual forearm is just strange. It's kind of limiting in a way. I would have actually liked to have seen some kind of like actual gripping hands. I mean, I didn't show this earlier, but whoa, falling over there. But yeah, even the gripping hand, like it doesn't actually hold the 2x4. He kind of holds it daintily, which is strange. And it's a thing. I kind of also barely holds it. So there's that. Wow, it's kind of mess here at this point. So yeah, that not only that, but I would have liked to have seen an alternate head sculpt here, especially just kind of more wild-eyed, kind of as you picture Bruiser Brody to be. The stern face is good, but I think they should have had a second head sculpt as well. So I think, especially for the price point, probably some things kind of missing here. I kind of hope that they improve on some of this stuff going forward, because I think there's a lot of potential here, and especially with them doing the TNA line now, I'd really like to see them kind of step up a couple of these things or kind of switch some things around, just kind of make it a little less awkward. But overall, like, definitely feels like the quality is there, the idea is there, the passion's there. I really want to see this company kind of grow. So yeah, I recommend it. Certainly if you're a fan of any of the wrestlers from that have come out in the 2 waves, I think, so far of the Ultras. I mean, this is pretty much the only way to get highly articulated figures of some of these wrestlers like Bruiser Brody. But otherwise, might be an easy pass. So, you know, if you're looking for them, I wish you the best of luck of finding them. I'm not sure what the online situation is at the moment, but I wish you the best of luck regardless. And if you found, at the end of the day, I really just hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. And if that's the case, I hope to see you back here, because we do multiple reviews a week of figures just like this. So yeah, hope to see you back. And really, at the end of the day, I just hope you're well. Hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.